This is Pliskin by 51 millimeter. Anyway, like I said, I have a story I'm going to tell all of you today, and it's from a long time ago. This story when this happened, but it was around this time of year, uh, several years ago. Me and my dad, we were out deer hunting. Well, not really deer hunting, more like we were out scouting, like we normally do before the season actually starts. We go out and scout about, and we just kind of go around looking for sign and stuff where we need to set up our stands and whatnot. And we were at the shelter house at my uncle's cabin. Sorry, we were at the shelter house at our uncle's cabin, and we were sitting there just chilling out, and then suddenly, off to our left, we're facing the field, shelter house, we're facing the field. Off to our left, we start to hear cracking. And not like, kind of like cracking like when wood splits. And then suddenly we start to hear gunfire off of the hill over the field on our left. And somebody was shooting back. It was shooting. I don't know if they were shooting at a target they had at their house or not, but they were shooting, and the bullets were coming over the field, across the field, and hitting the woods to our left. We were being shot at. The person shooting the gun didn't know. I'm sure he had no idea we were back there. But we were sitting there, a magazine. I don't know what he was shooting. It was something semi-auto, I know that much. He was shooting, the bullets were cracking on our left, and then it stopped. The gunfire stopped. Then he reloads again. He does it again. He does this 2 more times before he quits. After about the first time, we realized it was unnerving, but we were safe because we were in the shelter house. He didn't deviate from his target any at all. He kept aiming. I'm sure whatever target was up over the hill he was aiming at. I'll put a picture in where we were from Google Earth on there. But where he was aiming, it could have been as simple as him having a target frame. Just something. It could have been target shooting off of his back porch. Could have had a target set up and thought his backdrop was good, and he was shooting into it, but he didn't realize how far his bullets were going, and he didn't know we were back there. So really, what I'm saying in the story, it has a meaning, is always watch your backdrop when you're shooting a gun, because he probably didn't think nothing of it. He's probably come out there and done it 100 times before, just going out in his backyard, just target practicing. He'd probably done it 100 times before, but he didn't realize that his bullets were going farther than he thought they were. So my advice, and of course every responsible gun owner knows this, is make sure you have a good backdrop. Whenever I'm shooting my guns with my buddies, I always make sure that we have the best backdrop possible to stop the bullets, because they go farther than you think. And I'm sure that guy, he didn't know they were going that far. He probably thought they was just going down, like he's probably shooting into a target and probably thinking that they would go into a bank, but he didn't realize how far they were actually going over the hill. He'd probably done that 1,000 times before and probably never thought anything of it. But and nobody had been back there before. But this time we were back there, and luckily we were in an area that wasn't in his line of sight, because that could have been bad. We're okay now. I'm fine. That hasn't affected me any. I was a real little kid, but I'll never forget the day the bullets were heading off to the left side of us in woods and what it sounded like. It was different. But we had our guns with us, and if we had needed to, we could have returned one and been like, "Hey, quit shooting." But we didn't need to because he never deviated from where he was shooting. So point is, watch your backdrop. Even if you think it's safe, make sure, because you don't know how far them bullets are going when you're shooting at a target. Well, this has been Pliskin by 51mm. I'll see you all in the next video. Hey, I'm back real quick, just for the safety Sally's. She's unloaded.